So overall, today was a great day. I did end up having a seizure last night because excuse me, because there were some flashing lights that I saw, and at first I thought I was okay, but then the headache came and it just wasn't going away. It stayed through sleep, through several dosings of Tylenol, ibuprofen. I took a decent amount of pain pills. It just doesn't help. It doesn't go away. It just stopped hurting a few minutes ago, so I figured let me just go on and journal or whatever. So I'm glad that that's over with. And overall, I'm just grateful or whatever. Like, yeah, life be hard and stuff, but like my grandma used to say, it's always someone doing better than you and someone doing worse than you. And like I've been doing, I just try to stay focused on what God gave me today. My daily bread was met, seizure or no seizure. And at some point, that part of the story has to mean more to me than the story of being sick. Like, yeah, I'm sick. Yes, my nervous system is sensitive. Yes, I have a chronic illness. But despite of that, I've still managed to parent my kids or clean the house. Can I do it how I used to before I was sick? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would be on the floor if I even remotely tried or something crazy, but just practicing trying to like reaffirm myself like, hey, like, yes, this is true. Much weaker, less stronger, just chair workouts for the most part. When the weather is really good, I push myself harder, still pay the consequences, but they're like softer consequences. But overall, God is great, and that's really all that matters. Everything God does is to make you somehow better, despite how sick you feel, despite the pills that you take. At the end of the day, food was eaten today, water was drunk today. um, I'm here today. I'm able to look over my children. My children had fun today. Like, epilepsy or no epilepsy, seizure or no seizure, you know, it doesn't make me weaker. It makes me greater because there are some people with absolutely no problems. And one, they're miserable. And two, they treat other people miserably, including their own children. And it's so beautiful that I want the best for my children. I want to make sure they're keeping up with their reading, practicing, well, not my daughter. We have to read together. She can't read, but helping my son with his stuff, um, that's age appropriate for him, helping him learn chores, helping my daughter learn chores, making sure they both pray and have manners, and just that they're decent human beings that understand, like, you can still be better despite of. So no, I'm not healthy, but that's okay, you know. And I may not feel the same way tomorrow, and I may not even feel the same way next week, but I'm learning to be okay with practicing the being okay. And that's what matters. Just practicing, like, okay, today I'm able to say good things to myself. And I was reading something last night, before I had the seizure, thank goodness, or I probably would have missed it. But it was like just talking about honoring your body. Like, as a Christian, you understand honoring your parents, you know, but why are you not honoring, like, your body? Like, it's a temple, God lives in it, and so therefore it can't be wrong, it can't be. And I have to believe that even though I understand, yes, something is technically wrong with it, I do understand the bigger picture that nothing is wrong with it. This is how God made me. I've had seizures before, and God was good enough in all his mercy that at least these seizures I have now, I don't, like, completely clock out. Like, it's not a grand mal seizure. I used to bite my tongue, completely be ghost. I remember my very first seizure. I just woke up in a hospital completely confused because all I did was dream. I dream in those seizures. I dream, and I don't understand what happened. I don't understand the gravity of what they're saying. Like seizure, like I know what a seizure is, but like like can't be talking about me. And God's grace and mercy is more than enough, because there was a great concern when I had my first son or my first child, that those seizures were going to impede my ability to have a healthy pregnancy and stuff. And God was good enough to cure me for a while, because I went off my seizure medicine at that time because I didn't want it affecting my pregnancy. And lo and behold, I did not have the seizures anymore. And it just stayed that way for years and years and years. I have my daughter, my second child, and they come back. But there's a trade-off. So instead of it being like full-blown blackout, bite your tongue, all this nonsense, like waking up confused, disoriented, whatever, instead of it being that, which is much, much, much more terrifying, especially when you have children, like it's terrifying because you're at the mercy of whatever you're around at that time, whether before you or against you. Now it's like, okay, I'll give you the epilepsy back and the seizures back, but they're going to be photosynthesis. I keep trying to say sensitive. I'm almost saying photosynthesis. Like I'm not a plant, but it's like, okay, instead of giving me that, God was like, okay, I'll give you like a sensitive nervous system that will give you safer, if there's such a thing, safer epilepsy, and then I'll turn around and give you POTS as well. So you'll still be a mess, but it'll be safer in me having my kids. Because God helped me. Like I wouldn't know what I would do if He put me back in that other state that I was in before I had my first child. So gotta find the beauty in things, and there is beauty in me. There's beauty in myself and how I think and how I want to take care of people, and I'm not actually being truly taken care of, and it's just, I don't know, there's greatness in that, and it's honor in that, and it's respect in that. Am I perfect? Not by a long shot. Not even close. Like I told my brother the other day, my life is like, my road is not narrow, it's not straight, it's like crooked letter I, crooked letter humpback I. It's like, it is all the way not right, but I have enough sense to acknowledge the grace and mercy of the Lord, and just understanding the importance of the Lord in my life, and I can be content with that, and leaning on His mercies. I don't have a whole lot to give or a whole lot to even talk about, despite me journaling or whatever. But the Lord has really, really become like my Father in all of this. Like truly, it's the only relationship I have with someone that isn't asking me of anything for their benefit. God asks of things for my own benefit, that I can be a little stronger, a little better, and a good example. And so that's okay. That is okay. If it gets my soul into heaven, that is okay, because that's forever. This body, it'll drop dead eventually. Mine just decided to kind of run out of gas when I turned 30. Like, right when I turned 30, body was like, and that's much far farther than what other people get to. Some people aren't even born alive, and some people pass after a few minutes. Not everyone makes it this far. So if God gave me 30, I'll take that. God gave me 10, I'll take that. So I got what I got, and God's good for it. Is it hard? Yes. People make it hard. People isolate you. They treat you like trash. They don't want to work with you. Everyone, you're pretty much a liability, especially with 2 illnesses that make you like clock out. You get these self-pity or ridiculous pep talks that are of no worth. And yet still God's grace and His mercy is here. So praise the Lord for everything. Praise the Lord through everything. Because the Lord don't do nothing wrong, and the Lord don't make no mistakes. If this just means I have to struggle, but my children don't, I'll sign that deal any day.